Hello everyone, it's Valentine's Day, either the dreaded Valentine's Day or the Valentine's Day that we've been looking forward to. We have Dr. Kimberly here with us and Dr. Jess O'Reilly, and they're going to tell us how to possibly spend your Valentine's Day with the ones we love.
And is it important to celebrate or not celebrate? Is it a farce or is it something we should be doing? I don't know. We have two different opinions on it. Let's see which one you side with. Who would like to start, ladies? We think we know the divided lines here. Why do you hate it?
Okay, I shouldn't say I hate Valentine's Day. My concern around Valentine's Day is that romance and love and affection and surprise and all the things that you need to inject into your daily life gets relegated to one day a year. So I'm not against celebrating Valentine's Day. And when I see like a face light up like Kimberly's, I'm like, this is wonderful. As long as the pressure doesn't become so much that it results in an inevitable letdown. So
yes, that's such a good
So
point.
I love the idea, first of all, okay, so I like food and I don't like when I go to a restaurant and they make a set menu for Valentine's Day and they take away the rest of their menu and they're just pumping it out. So
Yeah.
that's my practical concern. But ultimately, I just think it's so important. I think that Valentine's Day, people tend to expect grand gestures. And I think that it's the daily affirmations, the tiny little 60-second favors, when you throw my towel in the dryer so that it's warm when I get out, when you put my socks on the vent so that they're warm when I put them on in the morning. That takes so little effort.
Are you listening out there, man? That is so wonderful.
Have you seen my husband too?
Oh, he's hot.
It's just so nice.
Oh,
but I
wow.
think those things
Let's go
matter.
there.
But he's not usually that romantic. Like he's not a grand gestures guy.
Valentine's
Last
Day.
week accepted. But yeah.
He flew out to Halifax to come surprise you and meet you.
If Dr. Jess was your wife, wouldn't you also do that?
Absolutely.
Do you reward him for that, or you just
love.
with like not with any sexual grand endeavors? No.
He's not very demanding.
I love your husband
I think the more giving you are, the less demanding because they don't have to work as hard for it.
I mean, okay, what is better than one day in the year that's set aside just for love? And I think the meaning of my life is love, and the meaning of, I think, a lot of our lives are love. And so we have a birthday, we have Christmas, we have all these other holidays. Like, why should there not be a day just to celebrate love? And that doesn't mean that you can't do amazing things for your partner every other day of the year. In fact, if Valentine's Day was every month or every other month, and we had a Valentine's Day 6 times a year, I would love that even more. But I think it's just a great opportunity for couples to say, hey, where's our relationship at? Let's take stock of our relationship and see where we want to go this year. Take some time set aside without the kids and just connect.
I love that you guys both see that, but what are your thoughts on celebrating love as a family with the kids? Do you think you can do that and then have it separate? Like,
I think you should do it with your parents. Because that was the first person who gave you a Valentine. No, like I don't know, my mom used to give me a Valentine and a chocolate. And I just feel like if you're so lucky to still have your parents, you should celebrate with your parents. So that's our plan.
So you guys are saying
I celebrate my love for my children and my family every fucking day.
Wow.
Okay.
So we celebrate Valentine's together with our kids.
Well, no, that's not what I want to focus on this year.
Then you can watch her kids.
So you want, okay.
But like,
so we know now. Natalie wants a freaking romantic
You know
night
what?
out.
We always celebrate our kids, and we always love them. They always know it and everything. It's
I don't believe it. I'm with you. I don't believe in Valentine's Day.
I know, because you go to McDonald's with them.
We have a tradition. We go to McDonald's and we get a Sunday. We have a thing. We just go.
Like a daytime event with the kids, and then in the evening, get a babysitter, spice things up a little, have a dinner out. And
What do you mean?
3 quick tips. Use it to plan dates together for your year. Okay, so we just make time. Like exactly what Kimberly said. We're really on the same side here.
Yeah.
Number 2, if you want to get sexy, do it in the morning. And then number 3, if you do want to celebrate, if you are going to go out for dinner and surprise your partner, do it 2 days early.
my first tip, I think, would be an experience always trumps a gift. So tip number 2, if you are going to do an experience, go for something that you've never done before, because research shows that new and novel activities actually heighten arousal and heighten the sense of bonding between couples. So try something like that. And then number 3 is like always write a card, because some people think that if they do the experience or they do the gift, like then they're done. But I think that sometimes the most memorable things are always like what is written down, what are the words that you have to say to them, and how will those be kind of cherished for years to come, because we save all the cards that we get.
Shout out to my husband, who on Valentine's Day buys a card and writes fully on both with the most sentimental words ever.
And that
no
means
pressure.
more than the earrings.
Yeah, that means a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
Depending on the earrings.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say one thing for women out there. My tip is if it doesn't happen for you, create it. Don't always let them do
Yes.
it. My thing is if you maybe do it because they're not trained or have not been brought up that way, that if you show them, they might jump on board and eventually do it. I'm always the proponent of surprise in our relationship, but I feel like he's coming, like he's beginning to understand that that's what we do, right? So plan it yourself and don't be disappointed by it. Enjoy it.
Don't
Yeah.
hold it to an impossibly high standard. That's just
Exactly.
unfair.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I feel like that's just a game that we play with ourselves. Like, oh, I wonder if he's
That's
gonna,
the
like, change my
challenge.
mind this year. And
Yeah.
that's not fair. If you want something, tell him.
Yeah. Or do it
That's
yourself.
right.
Plan
Or
it
do
for
it
yourself.
yourself,
Like,
yeah.
Go buy yourself the gift.
And then give it to him and say, give it to me.
Yeah, or book the dinners. Rather than saying, oh, I wonder, like, I think you hit the nail on the head if we play a game. I just get to pick the right restaurant.
Yeah.
If you want something, say so.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
It's the only way to
Don't
know.
be disappointed. Don't sit
No.
there angry because he didn't do what you wanted when he doesn't know what you want. So tell him what you want.
Because that's
Sure.
manipulative, and that's tricky. You don't want to be tricky in a
For sure.
relationship. Especially on Valentine's Day.
So those are some great, amazing tips for the non-Valentiner and the Valentiner, and then the middle. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to see more of Dr. Jess O'Reilly, you can find her at Sex with Dr. Jess. If you want to find more about Kimberly, you can find her on all the social media channels. She is at just at Kimberly Moffit.
Kimberly Moffit.
And we will leave the links down below. You can see our other series in one of these windows up here. Make sure to subscribe. They have channels. Go follow them. We appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's